Hello, my name is Jeff Downs. I am the instructor for this class. This is Math 126, Section 1901, and I want to say welcome to the Nevada Virtual Academy students. Um, this is a new thing for us, and for you it sounds like, so here we go. This is our Canvas page. I want to click here where the syllabus is located. We're going to go through the syllabus, and it's downloading down there. Open that up. I'm going to go ahead and zoom in so we can see a little bit better. Okay, so Math 126, Pre-Calculus 1, Section 1901, online. And it's an online section. We do have a meeting planned, I believe, on Tuesdays at 1 o'clock. So that's what we'll be working with. Email is jeffrey.downs@wnc.edu. Homepage, www.wnc.edu/downs. My office is in Carson, Aspen 224. Probably doesn't matter too much to you unless you're planning to drive all the way to Carson City. Phone number 445-4400. That's the office phone number. My cell phone 775-762-4837. I should say that on the office phone number too. So if you're calling from Vegas, it is the 775 area code. Okay, office hours. In the office, I'll have office hours from Monday, Wednesday from 12:45 p.m. to 2:15 p.m. and on Friday, 8:50 a.m. to 11:20 a.m. or by appointment. And again, I believe our meeting is going to be Tuesday from like 1 to 2, and then maybe some Thursdays if we need them, we can meet as well online. Prerequisite: Math 96 or 3 units of high school mathematics at the level of algebra and above. Course description provides a third course in algebra. Topics include polynomial, rational, and radical equations, absolute value and quadratic inequalities, relations and functions, linear, quadratic, polynomial, exponential, and logarithmic functions. Logarithmic, by the way, are the best. Functions are pretty awesome. Their graphs and applications, and the systems of equations. Course objectives. Upon completion of this course, successful students should be able to do the following: solve polynomial, radical, and rational equations, solve absolute value and quadratic inequalities, identify functions and find inverse functions, graph, find slopes and equations of linear functions and use them in models, sketch the graphs of basic functions and transformations of them, graph polynomial, exponential, and logarithmic functions and use them in models, solve systems of equations and inequalities, not necessarily linear. Credits 3. Transferability within Nevada. This course is designed to apply toward a WNC degree and or transfer to other schools within the Nevada system of higher education, depending on the degree chosen and other courses completed. It may transfer to colleges and universities outside Nevada. For information about how this course can transfer and apply to your program of study, please contact a counselor. Linkage to college admission. Apply mathematical analytical problem-solving skills through the use of polynomial, exponential, and logarithmic functions, the application of systems of equations, and application of matrices. Provide instruction that contributes to a student's ability to think critically and solve problems, to reason mathematically, and apply computational skills. The book we're going to use is Pre-Calculus by Paul Sison, Hawkes Learning System, second edition book. Okay, it's not the first edition. And there are the choices. You can just go with the textbook bundled with the software and the ebook. That's actually everything. Or you can go with the textbook bundled with the software. You can go with just the textbook by itself, or you can go with just the ebook by itself. But if you want to do online homework and online exams, now I'm not sure, I haven't talked to your administrators how you guys want the exams handled, but in general the way I run it, if you want to do online homework and or exams, you have to have the online access for Hawkes. If everything is going to be done on paper, a book is fine. Any textbook is fine. Either paper or ebook. So you're going to need some kind of a book, either paper or ebook. You need probably want a calculator. The TI-89 is the one I prefer, and I use that for Math 126, Math 127, Math 181, and Math 182. Some schools, some professors won't allow you to use a TI-89 in calculus, but I do. I think it's a really useful tool. Okay, grading scale is A, B, C, D, F, pretty standard there. The grade breakdown, you have midterm, 1 at 200 points each. Discussions, minimum of 10 postings at 10 points each. Homework, 5 chapters at 40 points each. Quizzes, 10 quizzes at 10 points each, and the final is 1 at 200 points. So this is a pretty standard thing I'm saying here. So I'm not sure again what your school is going to allow or require. And we have something called fast track, which is typically our high school sections, and a lot of those schools want them to do paper work. So don't have that figured out yet with your school, so I'm going to just say what I have here. There will be a midterm. It's due on October 20th. You may take a paper exam or online exam unless you are a fast track student, and I say fast track meaning a high school student, and your high school requires proctored paper exams. So if your school requires that, we're going to go that way. Online exams are through Hawk's learning system and may be repeated to improve the grade. Paper exams are downloaded and transmitted back to the instructor by the due date. Paper exams may only be taken once, but the student may choose to improve the grade with an online exam. Online exams can be improved, can be taken multiple times, but they don't get partial credit, where paper exams do get partial credit. There'll be no makeup for missed exams. The due date for the midterm is October 20th, as I said earlier. Paper exams must be in my possession. And what's perfectly actually preferable to me, if anything else, is to scan the exam and upload it in Canvas. There'll be a place to upload it. I can print it off there, and it saves having to ship it through the mail and avoids it getting lost. Okay, the course ID for the online work is Math126 1901 Fall 2015, and that's going to be within Hawks. And when you look in the Canvas, there's a thing there that talks about how to log into or how to set up your account with our school in Hawks. So discussions, you must provide at least 10 postings in the discussion board. The postings must be substantive and not simply say I agree. You can either ask a question from our material or you can answer a question. Your first posting should be an introduction about yourself. So what I'm saying here is you need to have 10 postings. And what I often get at the end of the semester is students will have 3 postings and it drops their score a 1 whole letter grade, and they get really upset about that. You can avoid that by doing your 10 postings. It's not hard to do. And I'm talking, it may take you 30 minutes for the entire semester overall to do the postings. Maybe less. Just do your postings. You could do math jokes as well. But ask a question, answer a question, things like that. Now, if you have a question in the discussion boards, I like to give students a chance to answer questions. But if it's something that needs to come to me directly, email me about that. Don't ask personal questions in the discussion board. That's not going to work because everyone's going to read that. Okay, homework. You have 2 choices for homework in the class. You can either do the Hawk's Learning System section certifications, or you can do homework assigned with each lesson in class. Homework counts for a total of 200 points. If you try the Hawk's and would prefer to go with the traditional homework, you may do so. If you do the traditional paperwork, you must fax, email, or mail. Actually, I'm going to change that. I'd prefer you can scan it and upload it inside a Hawk's. No, sorry, inside a Canvas, because again, I can look at that. I don't have to print that out. I can look at it online and say, yeah, it's complete, it's not complete, and give you a grade, and I don't have to worry about all the papers. Excuse me. I strongly encourage students, if you're going to mail a copy, make sure you have a photocopy. Okay, quizzes. There'll be 11 quizzes. The top 10 quizzes count for the grade. The quizzes can be found in the modules in Canvas unless you are a fast track student, or in your, same thing with you, and your high school requires proctored paper exams. Final exam will be due on December 15th, 2015. It may be taken on paper or online. And again, the same thing holds. If you are required to do paper versions, then we'll go with that. Students are expected to participate and keep pace on a regular basis. Students failing to keep pace or answer emails from the instructor for 2 or more weeks may be dropped from the course. And that's more for like the traditional class. But you really need to keep pace with the class. If I see you're falling behind, I'm going to try to contact you and see what's going on. And I'm talking there like on quizzes, or if you're not getting the homework done when it's due. Ethics statement. No cheating of any kind will be tolerated. Any student caught cheating, attempting to cheat, or assisting in the cheating of another student will be expelled from the class with a failing grade. And there like on quizzes and on exams, you're really not allowed to work together. Definitely on exams. You cannot work together. They're not group exams. And I can tell when students have worked together. And if your correct and incorrect answers are all the same, that's a telltale sign. Early alert. Please note that in an effort to help students successfully complete their courses, the counseling office on campus will ask faculty for names of students they feel may be in need of additional assistance. A counselor may contact you to offer some ideas. I know there's a typo there. Didn't get it fixed. Okay, grade appeals can be made to Scott Morrison at scott.morrison@wnc.edu. Disability statement. If you have a disability for which you will need to request accommodations, please contact Susan Trist, the Coordinator of Disability Support Services, and there's her contact information. Here's some important dates for the class. We're going to get down here to the tentative schedule, but it's pretty much the schedule. This is an online class, and so we're able to keep a schedule. Traditional classes can fall behind sometimes. Now you're going to look and you see that we're going to cover 2 chapters in 4 weeks. And in my opinion, those 2 chapters are completely review. Now, it may be there are topics you haven't seen, but still part of what was prerequisite. These are math. That is Math126 in a nutshell. Excuse me, those several sections there. And that's going to include things like radicals and radical equations, rational equations. It's going to include things like even a little bit of systems of equations in there. And the one that I've had many people get frustrated about is it may include imaginary numbers, and you may not have seen that, but it's going to be in there. It's something you can handle. We do a lot more imaginary numbers when we get to Math127. We're going to be seeing this like in chapters 4, more imaginary numbers. Then you have chapter 3, still quite a bit we cover in a few weeks, in 2 weeks there. And things slow down after the midterm for chapters 4 and 5. So there are some dates here. The darker gray areas show when we are going to have holidays. Doesn't really affect us because we're online. And again, our meetings right now, I believe, are scheduled for around 1 o'clock on Tuesdays. I think we have blocked out Tuesday, Thursday. But I've said that I'm not going to be available some Thursdays, but the ones I am available, we can still meet if you want to meet online. Okay. Well, that's about it. Let me know if you have any questions. And I look forward to seeing you online.